what every Russian schoolboy knows.
Good time of day to all of you, my chess friends here on the Internet Chess Club. This is Grandmaster Yermolinsky, and I would like to continue with my second video on a new Bishop f4 Queen's Gambit Decline series, part of building your opening repertoire and part of a larger ongoing whatever Russian schoolboy knows. Alright, more games on that structure. Now, this one was against Rashid Ziadinov, player who was living in the United States for quite some time, and about 15 years ago or so, and he was quite a popular character over there. He was teaching a lot and selling his books and instructional materials. And I've known him for many years. So right, let's get on to this game. So he had a classical training, Rashid had, and pretty solid opening repertoire, although I wouldn't say that he kept up with modern theoretical developments too much. And in this game, played in 2001, I was actually happy to see him playing this, because I thought, well, if I can get him into that kind of thing we discussed in the previous video, that long endgame, Karpov Anand, Leko Kramnik, well, there would be a pretty good game plan against him. But he had a surprise for me in store. So I play my standard move bishop d3, and then comes queen b6. Honestly, I never seen this one before. And I don't think this move ever became popular. Although I would say that the result of the game was somewhat inconsistent with the way play was developing. Anyway, so it stops obviously my threat of queen c2, bishop is protected, but what about b4? I happily pushed this forward, and I castled. I kinda expected black here to play bishop e6. No, if anything, this bishop safely protects the pawn. And now, obviously, question is like, what should white do? He can play b5, chase that knight away, and establish the knight on d4, at the cost of weakening the queen side. More about this later in the game. And giving up the c4 square. Well, sometimes, that isolated pawn provides with pretty good support squares, c4 and e4, for the black pieces. So you can't really say that you always guarantee an advantage once you put your knight on d4. Probably most of the time, white's play better be restrained and not involve moves like b4, b5. So I was thinking actually of going queen c2. Now it's part of it, right? He decided to trade on d5 the knights, and now the knight on f6 is locking, and white can gain a little time. And here, this looks much stronger. You know why? Because on this one, I think white has bishop c7. And suddenly he wins the knight on a5. Well, if he has to go somewhere else, knight d8, then the knight is passive, and there is no c4 square, and white is happy now. He will operate on the c file. Yeah, dreams. He played bishop g4. I played this. I figured, in case of a bailout like this, then I have pressure against d5. He pushes the pawn forward, and I can always go e4. Sort of a standard situation. Bishop h5 honestly shocked me. I couldn't figure out if it was an intentional sacrifice or a blunder, but at any rate I had to go forward, and I grabbed that central pawn. Well, it probably happens in